the coronavirus?
All right, we're starting.
Yes.
All right, baby.
That's just a
Recording.
job.
Starting.
It's part of the job.
All right, we're on. We're live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Mentality Show, folks. It is Wednesday. It is April 15th. We are here live with you on Zoom right now. This is the way to go. This is how everybody's communicating in today's world. We are living in a different world, a different time. As you know, this is like our third or fourth episode, I don't remember, on Zoom right now. And I got my brothers, and we have a couple of special guests here on the show today that we are bringing here to you. But let me remind you folks out there, I am your host, Delano. My other host, we got Tech C here that I'm looking at right now. Say what's up to the folks, Tech C.
What's up, folks? Tech C.
Then I got my man KC. What's up, KC?
I'm a coronavirus god.
And then we got Vato V. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, mi raza? ¿Cómo estamos?
Represent all the folks, all the Hispanic brothers and sisters out there. And then I got my guy. He's so white, he's red. Welcome to the show, Scully. What's up, Scully?
Yeah.
Ow!
Hey, cheers, fuckers. I didn't drink Corona before this started, so I'm old school.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to fuck with Corona these days. And then we have a very special guest. Actually, ladies first. We're going to introduce, she's one of our most, I guess, outspoken fans on the show. She watches every show, and she's one of our #1 supporters. Of course, she has to be because her man is one of our hosts on the show, Mr. Vato V. Please welcome to the show, Miss Rosie. What's up, Rosie?
Hey, everybody. How's it
We
going?
call her Rosie the Riveter.
The original Riveter, by the way.
And I heard she's a real riveter in bed. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. And then we have a very special guest. He's been on the show several times before. You've asked about him many, many times. And he is back by popular demand. We love him on the show. He is our man. He is the man. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Tom Katsis.
By the way, you guys, I've been hired by the Health Division of Los Angeles looking for a really attractive African-American who's been harassing women. Oh, wait, we're okay. We're okay. I'm sorry. I just looked at Adela. No, we're fine. We're fine.
Oh, man. You got me all excited there, Tommy. All right, so let's get into it. Again, I mentioned this is our third or fourth show, something like that. We usually talk about so many things on the show: relationships, love, sex, depression, all those things here. But I mean, to talk about anything else besides what's going on in the world right now would just seem nonsensical. Coronavirus, that's a big thing. That's why we're all separated right now, except for B and Rosie and I. They're actually at my house right now. We'll get into that later. But they didn't have anywhere else to go, folks. They're homeless. But anyway.
Hey, you're under 10 people, and whoever's making those rules can go fuck themselves anyway.
That's right, Scully. That's right. And we're going to talk about that, too, the under 10 people rule. So let's get into it, folks. How's your week been? I'd like to talk about that first. How's your week changed? How has life changed for you since this whole thing? This is our 4th week under quarantine right now. It's been a month. They've extended this whole thing to May 15th, at least here in California. Donald Trump is talking about extending or actually bringing people back to work as soon as possible by May 1st even. So he wants to get the economy going. What are your thoughts, folks? I know I just threw so many questions out there. Who wants to talk first about this? First of all, how was your week?
Well, I was starting to look like V with the hair, so I decided to give myself a haircut.
That's good.
Years and faded myself
A
up.
little closer to the camera. We want to see. You actually look pretty good, bro.
Hey, before and after.
V looks like a microphone.
It looks good, man. I know. Like a Q-tip.
Yeah.
It's bad, man.
Yeah, haircuts have gone up to $40 now because they come out. People are doing it out of their garage.
For real. Tell my lady, let me borrow one of her clips.
With so many people struggling these days.
I was telling Dylan earlier that that there's a barber in here in West Covina that was succumbed of the virus and passed away. So
Oh shit.
yeah, he must have been cutting hair after they told people to stop. And
Fuck, that's fucked up.
so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
sucks, man.
put here on the side probably. Yeah. So you see, you just brought up something. So you know someone personally. Did you know him personally?
I didn't know him personally.
Oh, okay. Okay. Does anyone in this panel know anyone who's personally passed away or even caught the virus?
Hey, well, I know somebody personally because it's one of my coworkers. You know, they have it. It's a couple of them actually that have it, and you know, I reached out to her, and you know, I just told her like so much I can do, but you know, I offered her whatever help I possibly can in regards to, you know, I don't want to say making her feel better, but it's just one of those where like, what can you do in a situation like this? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do anything about it. Like, just pray and hope that everything turns out well for them. You know what I mean?
Are they doing okay? Because I know who you're talking about, but are they doing okay?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know what? She's doing okay. I texted her today, no response. So I'm like, oh shit. But I'm hoping she's doing well. You know what I mean?
But the last
It's
time
just
we
one of
spoke
those
up,
where,
were they getting symptoms or were they sick?
yeah, she has a symptom. She has you know, fever and
Oh wow.
had the fever. She had chills. I don't know about a cough or anything like that, but she did have a fever. She was tested, and it turned out that she was positive. So,
Wow.
you know, they're home right now, and she's doing her thing. But, you know, I wish her well. I'm praying for her, and I told her like, there's so much we can do, and you know, I mean, what else can we do? We can't go over there and try to cheer her up because that's not, you know. You gotta do
The
what you gotta
danger
do.
is, you guys, that if you start to have compromised breathing, you got to get in right away regardless. Because
Yes.
when that breathing gets compromised, you could go from 0 to dead if you don't get on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the urgent thing about that.
Yeah, it could happen just like that. It could happen so fast. And it could happen overnight. You could be sleeping and all of a sudden you just can't breathe. And, you know, you're going to have to call someone. Hopefully you have some loved ones around to get you to the hospital as soon as possible. A man like myself, you know, I live alone. So, you know, last week I started to get a little sore in my chest. I tell you, I started thinking the worst. I was thinking, wow, who's going to take care of me? And, you know, what am I going to do as far as taking care of myself if I get this thing? It was very scary. Turns out the next day I was okay. Maybe it was just a little anxiety I was feeling, but
Right.
it really hit
Was that a fart?
maybe I had a little gas or something. I don't know.
It was a fart bubble.
That's the biggest thing, Delano. You just brought up a really good point, man. The biggest thing people are suffering from out of this virus is anxiety and stress. Because the majority of people don't have it, won't get it. The ones who do are getting over it. It's a very small percentage of our population that even has issues with it.
Yeah.
Dolly brought up a good point about that, because Franklin, I about 2 weeks ago woke up in the middle of the night. I do have asthma, but it's under control, and my breathing was a little compromised. I literally was, should I get the hell in the car right away? Luckily, I'm in Sherman Oaks. I'm only 2 miles away from the urgent care ER.
Oh shit, you in Sherman Oaks?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the hood. We need to get together after the show. We talk about some stuff.
That's what you said.
He's alive.
Dolly made a good comment about the fact that when you're living alone, it amplifies you when you're not feeling quite right. You think, wait a minute, how is my breathing? So it's a concern.
Right. Especially Tommy, I want to get into that a little bit with you. You are a man of a certain age, and you know, we're not going to say how old you are.
Thank you.
We'll just say
About 42.
we'll just say you and Jesus are cousins. But you are part of that society that they said in the beginning has to really worry about this. Now, of course, everybody has to worry about it, even African Americans, they say. But especially people in your age range, how are you and maybe others your age adjusting with this whole thing? And tell me, not to put your business out there too much, but you live alone, you're not married. I mean, how scary is this for you?
Well, first of all, I am in that age bracket that's very vulnerable, but because I'm good looking, I'm excluded from ever getting COVID-19. So I'm lucky with that. But no, you got to be careful. You know, if you're asymptomatic, you feel awesome, and then all of a sudden you go contact somebody if you're not careful, not wearing your mask when you're in public. That's what they're afraid of, not getting enough testing done, because if they can find out where some of the collections of the infections are, they can then see, okay, this person's already recovered from it, and we get that herd thing going on. But no, if you're past 65, you got to be really, really smart about it. I'll go to Ralph's with a mask on maybe once a week. Trader Joe's, people must be in a cult at Trader Joe's. You drive by Trader Joe's, and they're lined up like lemmings rushing to the sea. I don't get it myself.
Yes.
And they're close together.
Yes.
Yeah, no social distancing whatsoever.
So I feel pretty blessed, Franklin. I feel very fortunate that I'm still very athletic, blocking your shots when we get back to playing basketball again.
Now we know that some corona got to your head or something. But yeah, Tommy, see, and you brought up another good point. You're our special guest today, so I'm going to fire a lot of questions at you. You, most of your life have taken care of yourself. You're very athletic. You're doing the walking right now. You're staying in some type of shape to keep your immune system up and that type of thing. Do you have any advice for any of our listeners out there who is in that age range, who, what can they do as far as keeping that immune system up and keeping themselves in good health?
Well, believe it or not, you guys, always playing hoops all my life, I was really not aware of the value of walking. So for the first 2 weeks, I was kind of getting to be that couch potato. And then 2 Sundays ago, I started walking. Yesterday, I walked 4.2 miles in 2 installments. And today, I already did like 1.5 miles. I'll do some walking later. But tell the people out there, walk a little bit every other day, walk several times a week. It'll relieve stress. It'll help you keep your sanity. And I think that Scully made a good point about that. Everybody's kind of like, we're all really feeling a lot of the same feelings. So get out there, walk around a little bit, call a friend, maybe in the evening, do some FaceTime like Franklin and I did. A buddy of mine, we did some FaceTime, AKA Delano, and, do those things. And
I like FaceTime.
Stay involved.
I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of FaceTime, Rosie the Riveter. Now, you and Vato, you're in a relationship. He's made it official on the show. He's announced it. You two have been spending a lot of time together throughout this whole coronavirus thing. How has this affected your relationship? Has it brought you to, has it made you closer or further apart?
I don't think it's actually changed the dynamic very much. Just because of the fact that we are already social distancing.
Yeah.
So at this point, it hasn't really changed. Let me tell you, I think FaceTime has a lot to do with it. The constant communication of making sure that we are on the same page. A lot of it. So really, social distancing, we've been doing that for quite a little bit now. So it's okay.
Social distancing. You and V have been social distancing for
Well,
a
not the last few days,
okay.
but social distancing for the most
What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Why are you staying away from him? What did he do?
Look,
It's that haircut. Look at him.
She was actually sick. So
I was sick. I actually was tested for COVID-19. I went in with a lot of difficulty breathing. I had somewhat of a cough, but it wasn't anything out of the norm. And because I had bronchial pneumonia for about twice in a 6-month period, they did do a test. They did an EKG and shoved a very large Q-tip up my nostril, up to my brain, touched it, came back out, and they were like, you have to wait 5 days. My chest x-ray showed that I had some hazy infiltrates in the lungs itself. So the doctor went from talking to me right next to me to standing about 3 feet away from me and being like, you're probably going to get worse before you get better, and you probably have it. Luckily, it came back negative. They first test for influenza. That's what they first do right off the bat. They test you for influenza A and B, SARS. They test you for just about everything, and then you have to wait the full 5 days to get your COVID-19 results.
Rosie,
and that, I think, is the scariest part, because you're sitting there not knowing, do I have it, don't I have it? Not to mention, I have little ones. I have parents that are over the age of 65. And what do? Do I stay away? Do I keep away? I was wearing a mask for the most part when I did have them, because I did have my little ones with me. And I did have to, at some point, visit my parents, because they were like, well, you need to come and eat, and we need to make sure that you're okay. So being over there meant I have my own cup, nobody touch it. I have my own plate, I have my own fork, my own spoon. It was really, really stressful and really, really difficult.
Did you get tested? You got tested for everything, including all the H's, right?
All the H's, and let me tell you, unlike you, Delano, I'm here.
Those
Yeah,
want to be
Vinny,
mentioned. But
there's
look, see,
Hey, can I ask a question?
On my side, like, you know, obviously knowing her and worried about her, I was really worried about her because, you know, like, what the hell am I gonna do for her if I can? There's nothing I can do. And when you guys touched on it, we're like, you guys live by yourselves and stuff like that, you know. And it's like, what the fuck can anybody else do for you guys? Nothing. There's nothing anybody can do for you. Like, it's just, it's sad. You know what I mean? Like,
Let me tell you, at that emergency room that I was at, there was a gentleman who was there by himself. He had bilateral pneumonia. Older gentleman. I'm talking very older gentleman. And
When
he
Rosie's
let us
talking,
know
everybody
that he was
mute.
there.
Everybody mute yourself when Rosie's talking.
Yeah, there's an echo. You guys
Yeah.
need a break.
Everybody mute yourself when Rosie's talking, and then it'll be okay.
I think V needs to mute himself. when she's
Yeah, they're
talking.
too close together. It's them over there. They're too close.
They're too close.
It's either
You
that
guys
or
are
outside.
social distancing right now?
If you're not social distancing, it throws everything off. That's what the government does now. They're tapping
See,
into
this right here, Zoom proves that social distancing is vital.
Yes.
Hey,
Delano, go away.
That sounds better. You sound awesome now.
V, are you muting yourself when she talks? Okay, great. Let's just keep V on mute anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
Rosie's
see
muting
them.
V right now.
I have more to say.
Hey, so 5 days to get your test results? Is that still the case?
That is still the case. It's actually
a long time.
I think it's a little bit longer, actually, to be
Wow.
honest with you. Now they're going, because I was tested on a Tuesday. I went in on Tuesday. I didn't get my results until that following Monday.
Wow.
And they don't release your results. I mean, they literally they told you you're either going to get a call from the CDC telling you what you need to do next, or you're going to get a call from the records department saying, "Oh, you're good, you can go."
Or you're gonna get a call from the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, no, I got a call from the hospital saying you came back negative for COVID-19, which was a huge relief. So
Yeah.
I love when the hospital calls me and says it's negative. Oh,
is that
So
often,
good.
Casey? Is that really often for you?
it's been some scenarios.
Yeah. In the last 6 months, how many times?
Hey, I love it.
Hey, over cases would be clean for like a clean slate for a whole year. It'd be like a baby.
KC, what about when the bank calls you and tells you it's negative?
I tell everybody else, shit, you should have got yours early. I got the money in my pocket. I should have got it when I got paid. That's your
Everybody
fault.
got their money except for me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I've not got my money yet, man.
Hey, you know why? Because you're from Arkansas and you got it last, so it's okay.
I see, man. I see.
That's some fucking repression right there, bro. You need to talk to him about that.
Yeah, dude, I've gone online with the IRS and I did a whole little thing with the IRS, and I think they sent my check or something to my IRS, to my tax guy. So I have to track it, and that was a whole headache today.
You can forget it. That's too much. You ain't getting it.
They're like, sir, you owe.
Yeah.
Checks won't happen for a couple of weeks, dude. If it's not direct deposit, it'll be a bit.
I think so.
You from Arkansas? Fuck you.
Check.
What's that?
Whoever's living in your old apartment's gonna get that check.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they go by your last. I mean, I thought they go by your account number and routing number, and of course that hasn't changed.
No, you just don't have direct deposit.
Yeah, maybe I didn't have direct deposit or something, but
have you done your taxes? If you did your taxes already, this year or last year, it should come to wherever you are.
You have to have done 2018 to get
at
least.
Yeah, so start filing your taxes, bro. Fuck, dude.
Whoa. I do my
taxes.
I do my taxes. I did my taxes for the last 2 months. No.
Shame.
But if you're doing yourself, you're probably fucking it up.
Paying taxes. The store is not doing your taxes.
Well, when everybody said they got paid, I had to check with KC. I was like, if KC got paid, I know this is not a racist thing. He said he got paid, so I know it has nothing to do with my race, man. But anyway, so Scully, you've been quiet over there. What's up, buddy?
There's just a lot of people right here, man. I got all kinds of things on my mind. You know what? Like everyone was like, did you get your stimulus check? I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? If you're trying to say, did the government give me some of my fucking money back? Yes, they did.
Your own money back. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my money, dude. They take too much. Thanks for giving me a little bit of back. If you could do that on a quarterly basis, we'll be cool.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get it back. They're gonna get it back next year when you file taxes again. It's okay.
Yeah. Somebody made that
Well,
point.
actually, they won't. Actually, dude, on a serious note, they're not. It's not gonna, no one has to pay it back. And they actually just today came out and said that it's not gonna have any effect on any deductions or anything like that. So it should be good, clean, just getting your money back.
That's what they tell you, but
Well, they're gonna take it anyway, man. We have an open fucking
just
anus.
up the rate when they tax you in 2021 or 22.
That's it. That's it. They're going to tax you more in the next couple of years to get that money back. I believe what you just said there, Texie.
Yeah.
Also,
$2 billion.
if you're an independent contractor, guys, which I am, I can apply for some type of relief or reprieve being an independent contractor because this whole coronavirus has affected my business. Insurance, I have my own insurance business.
You're
So,
supposed to have been working though.
You know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
what'd you say, Tommy?
You're supposed to have been doing some work, Delano.
They just start. Hey, Delano, they just started addressing 1099, self-employed, and all that today. So,
All right.
so
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
that
that.
might be your problem. It's going to be a bit. You'll get paid something, but it's going to be a bit. They're just putting that together.
If it's just by mail,
Prostitution is not a job.
it'll be like 2 months by mail. Direct deposit, as you know, we got people gotten the direct deposit, but mail don't count on it for 2 or 3 more months.
Oh,
Yeah. And they
all right.
haven't.
If anybody want to donate, GoFundMe, then send it to Delano at Deep Mentality.
Nah, bro, I'm taking my check. Hold the fucking socialism. Hey, but the only problem is they haven't coded eating ass for a living. So once you get code for that, you'll be paid.
Oh man, I'm a millionaire if that's the case, man. Pay me my money. Pay me my money. So Tommy, hey, you work in the healthcare industry. How is this whole thing affecting that industry, the healthcare industry?
Really great question. And by the way, you guys, California, because we're a wealthier state and we have a great government here, is still letting people apply to cover California till June 30th. And a lot of the carriers are even extending that. So if you don't get a subsidy and you don't qualify for Medicaid or Medi-Cal, I've been really busy. I've been helping a lot of people that got a notice the last day of March, the company canceled their group health plan. They didn't have any coverage, but because they gave a letter from the employer, they was able to get them coverage on Covered California for an April 1st effective date. People are feeling very vulnerable about this. And, you know, if you guys have been trying to get unemployment, you can imagine what a wreck that is. So I've been actually crazy busy. Twice a day, I'll sneak out to go through a drive-through Starbucks. Earlier, I did a little walking, but no, it's been busy, but I've been following the quarantine rule carefully as well.
That's good. That's good. Everything you said, I have no idea what you just said, but sounds good to me, Tommy. Sounds good to me, man.
Hey, you know what? We have a family thing going on right now where we're needing to deal with Medi-Cal. And I'm actually learning a lot about the fact that if you need Medi-Cal, they fucking take everything you own.
Really?
Well, Scully, what they do, Scully, is it's such a weird, I'm not a Medi-Cal expert, but people have told me that if they're making up to like so many thousands of dollars and not very much, the minute you go a few above that minimum, then they kick you out of Medi-Cal and then you can't afford insurance anyway. It's pretty screwed up.
Yeah, no, we're dealing with, right, and we'll keep this short because I could go on all night about it. But yeah, basically, they'll take the Social Security check that you have coming in and leave you with nothing, like 20, 30 bucks. And if it goes beyond a certain amount, they'll take whatever they can out of any home you own also once that thing is sold. And it's a big mess. People need to know that, man. A lot of people think that Medi-Cal is just some cut and dry that the taxpayers pay for, and it's not, man. If you end up, if you're of an older age and you end up needing it, man, everything
Social distancing, not happening.
Damn.
Yeah,
What y'all over there doing? What y'all trying to do?
Where'd you go, Rosie?
Hey, I was gonna.
Hey,
You're
so
right, Scully. You're right, Scully. It's a problem.
Yeah. It's not as good as people think it is.
so
Stop posing, Delano.
That's what women say about Delano and sex. It's not as good as you think it is.
So we are, Vato V and myself and Rosie, we're kind of proving to the world right now that, the rule is less than 10 when it comes to social distancing. If you're going to have some type of get together, as long as it's less than 10 people, you're actually somewhat safe. Rosie, you want to get in here?
I can tell you, my Caucasian friends in Sherman Oaks would not approve of you three right now. They would be like, "What the? You guys are hurting the environment. What is going on?"
We just
A
want
lot of people
to
actually
make sure you guys have got your pants on there. That's all we care about.
There's a story, and it was like a couple. They had their anniversary, and they decided to have a dinner. And they thought like, oh, it's less than 10. We'll have a dinner. Well, the husband of the couple whose anniversary it was ended up catching corona from somebody in that party and died. So less than 10, you can still get it.
That was more than 10. I saw the same story.
I
Texas
don't
trying to
give a
put
fuck,
fear out
man.
there. He's a fear monger. He's a whore. They're trying to put these stories. I saw the same story, Tag. Read it again. It was more than 10 people. And the guy was black, so come on.
Yeah, and he probably had underlying conditions and all that crap too.
Hey, but
You know what, you guys? Hey,
again,
check out the post. Check out the post I put on Instagram about an hour or so ago. I actually put the numbers in perspective for people. I didn't share actually the numbers are there. The numbers are real, but I did it based off population, man, and nothing is even more than 0.5%. So people really need to start looking at the good.
Hey, but then again, look whose house we're in, and look at his race.
Yeah, you guys are dead now, man. I mean,
That's fucked up.
your
That's
quarantine
fucked up.
starts today.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. I work from home, so it's fine. I can self-quarantine.
We're already
You
quarantined.
guys will be all right. As long as you're healthy, you're good, man.
I could not imagine being in a house all day.
No.
I am so blessed. Even though I'm
Hey,
out
like-
there in the streets, I would fucking, I don't know, create drugs. I would just do something stupid.
What do
You know what's
what do
you know
you do during the week, Casey?
I'm the facilities guy for a building, but it's property management, and we own a lot of property, so we have to be open. And I'm under the janitorial thing, so they need me.
You're an essential.
Are you
Yeah.
on Woodman Ave? Are you on Woodman Avenue?
Yeah.
Hey, are people still shitting on you?
Yeah.
Oh God, no. That's shut down. All the homeless got cribs and showers. They don't be at the building no more.
They're
They're
chilling.
balling.
Tell them to send us.
Sherman Oaks homeless are balling. They got more money than you.
Tell those some bitches to send me a fucking thank you letter.
I see a homeless dude park his Lexus SUV and goes to right there on the 101 of Woodman to collect money, and he has a Lexus parked in front of my building every day.
Actually, a lot of those people that are on the exits and the street corners make a whole lot more money than the average person. They make a ton of money.
Well, now I thought about this. They're not making as much money because there's not as much traffic at these intersections anymore.
Oh no, not anymore, which is a good thing. So they'll go away hopefully.
And nobody wants to touch them. They're like, oh, hell no, nigga. I'm keeping my hand in this car.
I noticed traffic has gradually gotten more and more. Like when this first started, I went to work. It was like empty, man. I can get to work in like literally like 30 minutes. And now, like the other day, I noticed like there's more cars on the road. Like
It's getting busy. It's getting busy. I noticed today.
yeah, slowly, but getting busy.
Psychologically, people are like, oh, okay, so if everybody's wearing their masks now, maybe I can get out a little bit more.
And in their car, you're isolated in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
people
think in
feel
the car
like
you're safe.
We
I think
went to
safer.
we went to the store. We went to the store. It was yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
We went to the store a couple of days ago, and it was pretty busy in there. I mean, obviously everybody was wearing their masks and stuff like that, but it was. To be honest with you, it's very eerie. It's very scary to go out there. You know what I mean? Especially with kids and stuff. It's one of those where you're like, no. And there's people out in the streets and shit with their kids, they have their face masks on, but their kids don't. How stupid is that? Like, are you kidding me right now? You know?
What?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
That doesn't
you see
even
people
sound right.
walking around and they've got face masks on and their toddlers or their babies are just
Not covered.
open air.
I'm like, are you serious right now? What the shit? You know?
And guys, think about this. Think about this. Have you heard of too many kids? You haven't really heard of too many children getting this virus.
Nope.
Right now. I think children are somewhat asymptomatic to this. They said. I mean,
Hey,
they're
man,
still.
look, it does. Look, it just takes. Yeah, there's kids out there. It just all it takes is one, man. It takes one, and it doesn't matter. Like your kid gets sick, and you cannot see your kid anymore. You know what I mean?
You're
That's
gonna have to
like, fuck.
isolate. You're right about that. You got to isolate the minute that happens.
That's scary, man. This is very scary, you know. So, like I was telling her, like you know, I told her, like, you know, she went to work, she got sick. You know, luckily blessed that she came back negative with the virus and stuff. But like her bosses were so cool that they hooked her up with a laptop, and now she's working from home. So it's like, fuck, you know, like just stay here.
I work in a construction field, so we're technically considered essential. However, I have a lot more interaction with the workers themselves than I do with the general public a lot of the time. And they're out in different job sites, talking to different people, with different people. And social distancing, yeah, they're in construction and they're keeping their distance, but there are times when they're having to be very, very close to each other. And that is where it got very, very scary for me really, really fast, because it was from the field into the office, like less than 6 feet away from me. Like there's a counter space between us from the interaction. Plus they're touching their paperwork. And a lot of people, I don't know if you noticed this, but they'll grab their paperwork, they cough, and then they hand you their paperwork. And you not really caring, you kind of just grab it, put it away.
Because it's not the norm.
Oh,
you know?
no. Hell no.
So that's the thing. You know, that's what I told her. Like, that's what I told her. Like,
Well, and it was
about
a week after that, after having come in contact with one worker who was really, really sick, who ended up turning out that he had like sepsis of a lung from how bad of an infection he had. That's where I got it. That's where I got sick from, because he had come in that day,
hell no.
coughed into his paperwork without me actually seeing him cough into it, and handed it to me and said, "Hey, I need you to turn this in." I grabbed it, not really knowing what was going on. He didn't show up for about a week after that. Come to find out, he'd been in the hospital that entire time, dying.
Wow.
And it was a day after that I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, I can't breathe. I was like, I feel like I can't breathe. And a lot of it I thought was anxiety. And then when they did the x-ray, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe not.
I told her, like, hey, just go. She didn't want to go, and I told her, go. I don't care, just go. Like, you never know.
Don't wait on those things, guys. Don't be brave in that regard.
Right. No, and like I had said, just at the end of this last year, within less than a 6-month period, I'd had bronchial pneumonia twice.
Yep.
It's like I got it. Not even 6 months went by, and I got it again.
Right.
So technically, making me compromised.
If you would have died from that, your cause of death would have been COVID-19. That's where those numbers are coming. Let's keep that.
Yeah.
So you're a motherfucker at your job got you sick? Is that what I just heard?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Anytime
you
you're
got
sick,
every
a
right to
motherfucker got
you got every right to put hot coffee in his lap. Like, nigga, what you doing to get me sick?
Well, trust me, I was, well, what can I do? Like, I'm pissed off, but it's like that shit that happens. Like, I'm not gonna go over there and start raising hell. And,
he's an old man.
He's an older gentleman. The good thing about this whole shit is, like, I couldn't get near her because I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So we were really
social distancing. So it was like, we're really social distancing. And once they said, okay, she's fine, she's everything's fine, no COVID-19. It's like, okay, you know what? Talk to your boss. Her boss hooked her up, like I said, with a laptop, and fuck, I said, let's just get away from it and just stay home. So I'm blessed for that.
I thought you was gonna say a lap dance. The boss hooked her up with a lap dance. I was like, damn, that job is loose.
Hey, I think
it's a construction job. Bunch of dudes.
I really
nothing but women.
I would really like to see you guys all. Let's all put this in perspective. They throw numbers out there that scares the hell out of people, and their numbers aren't accurate. But I took this morning's numbers and actually compared them to the population. I'll make this quick. 2 points. In California, there's 40 million people. As of this morning, there was like 760 deaths. It could be close to 800. There's a big variation, all right? So that
865.
Yeah, that's 0.00192% of the population that has died.
All right,
And
Scully.
then you have 23,000 cases, which is about 0.5%.
Okay, Scully, here's the problem, Scully. Forget about all that. When your health workers are dying, sheriffs and highway patrolmen are dying, doctors are dying because of the crush of how this is happening. You're right. When it's all said and done, compared to 8 billion people on the planet, 330 million people in the country, you're absolutely correct.
So that was the state of California.
Yeah, the 50,000
Hospitals are empty.
Right, but it makes no difference. We're lucky because we shut our state down early. New York, they're taking dead bodies out there because the healthcare system is crippled. We've never had that happen. Probably in 1918 it happened, and I was only 2 years old then, so you never know.
No, I get you. I just started digging into this stuff about a week ago, and I'm going to start putting everything on blast here real soon because, like, our hospitals are empty. We have all the physicians. We have
You live in the fucking boonies.
We have a ton of empty beds. The ERs are a ghost town. Like, this whole front line thing doesn't exist in Southern California.
But if we don't get more testing and we get too open and too crushed in with people, then we're going to have so many people come down with it, then it'll be fucked up here.
Yeah.
Well, no, I get it, but we know how many people are dying, right? That's where I'm thinking too, and I'm not arguing with you.
Have you looked into New York's numbers? Because they're it's gone wild in New York.
No, hey, that's crazy.
I think we got good leadership in California. We got a good governor. They're on it.
Our governor took action quickly, and
he's on it. He's smart. He's a smart governor.
We were the first.
My philosophy is that, like, even if the numbers are low, you don't know how your body's going to react to it. Like, some people can recover and some people may not. Like, why take that chance? That's like if someone told you, if you're going to go out tonight, you have a 50-50 chance of dying. Like, why would you go out? Stay home.
Hey,
Right.
guys.
No, I get that. But let me make one more point, and then we can move on to someone else's point. There's nothing quick about it. This has been around since November. We're on month 6. We've only been social distancing for 1 fucking month. And I have a problem with that. We only have 700 and some odd deaths in 6 months when that many people die every day in California on a normal day without the virus. That's not a crisis.
Yeah, Scully. I'm sorry. Go ahead, D.
No, you know what? I agree, but you know, speaking about New York, see, there's 200 and I'm looking at the stats right now. There's 214,000 people that are infected. Who knows how many more? They have 11,000. They have almost 12,000 deaths over there. Our governor was the first one to shut down the entire state. So I think that really helped. You know, because you already know that our fearless leader didn't do that shit. So he still doesn't understand how the fuck shit down. What's up, sir?
Hey guys, I'm not from New York or anything, but I gotta defend New York here. One thing we gotta keep in mind: New York City is a very dense place. People are living on top of one another there. It's always been like that. California is more spread out.
Are you reading comments from viewers? Because Herrick.
I know.
What?
Did you just read a comment?
Said the same thing.
He said the same thing.
Exact same thing you just said.
Yeah. It's California. It's easier to be more spread out. The social distancing thing is a little bit easier. New York, as I mentioned, you know, I mean, the subways, people are crowded all over the place. Shit, you take a shit, there's somebody right there next to you, you know? So the numbers are going to be way higher, of course. Imagine all the people in California. There's 40 million, as Scully said. California is a little bit bigger, more spread out. Imagine all those people being put on one island. That's about a third of the size, actually a fifth of the size of California. Of course, the numbers are going to be higher. So, you know, just in fairness to New York, I think Cuomo is doing a great job out there, despite what's going on. Well, and of course, I think Newsom is doing a kick-ass job here. Right. I think that man should run for president afterwards. He's definitely showing more leadership. Him and Cuomo, Trump, you know, the guy we have now.
It looks good for Newsom right now.
Now,
we're gonna say, Tommy.
I want to get back to what Scully made a good point. I think we can open up a lot of states, Scully, on a really proactive basis. I think we can do a lot of that in California because of what Franklin said too. Going to have less seating in the restaurants, less seating in the coffee shops, but they still need to get more testing done to see what a kind of a running average is of testing 1,000 people, how many are anti-symptomatic and have already come through it?
I
That's
think
the thing that we don't know.
no, I agree, Tom. You know, honestly, I think it's the turnaround time for that testing. That testing, 5 days is ridiculous because you're sitting there
Too long.
not knowing. And the problem is that the hospitals, they can't keep you. They can't keep you there. So you're sitting there with the threat of possibly having it, but not being able to get the care. So earlier you had mentioned about as soon as you feel any type, you know, you can go from 0 to dead with any type of respiratory issues. Okay, you can go from 0 to dead, but you can't get there. When I went to the emergency room, they would not allow me into the actual emergency room. There was a chair outside where they were checking my vitals, and from there they took me to a hot zone area. Literally, like from there to a hot zone area where, let me tell you, had I not had a mask on, I probably could have contracted it from there. And even then, they're saying, okay, you get tested and it takes 5 days, but within that 5 days, if you come back negative from that Tuesday test, by Monday you could have it and not know it.
That's right.
So I think a lot of it is just how quick that turnaround testing
don't know how
is.
it's rolling through society. I mean, Scully could be completely clear and not get it, or Scully might get some asymptomatic, and all of us could. We don't have a handle. It's a brand new thing. That's what you don't remember with flu killing 50,000 people every year, spread out over 50 states over 5 months. That's
Right.
about 150 people a month if you do it that way. But you don't hear about doctors dying, nurses
No.
dying. That's the whole thing about, if we kill off those people, we're fucked.
Yeah. Very true.
That's a really good point you make. I didn't even think about that. I was sort of on Scully's side with the numbers. I was like, those numbers are very low compared to the population. But you made a huge point there that it's not about the numbers, but what's in those numbers.
It's the impact. It's the impact. It's the impact.
Yeah, you got police officers too getting it, and that just lowers the numbers of officers on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, to me, these days, real heroes are wearing scrubs and police officer and fireman uniforms, and even our grocery store clerks, you know. I was at the grocery store today, and I walked by the gentleman and I pat him on the back, verbally, and I said, hey man, we don't appreciate you guys enough. Thank you for your service. I mean, they're offering their service to us. If it wasn't for these people, grocery stores, if these people decide to go on strike or something like that, we'd be fucked, So, just people we've taken for granted right now today are the ones that are keeping us alive, basically.
Well, I think Scully's making a good point here. We can't hibernate for the next. We can't just keep going.
Sure, I just made a good point too.
You did, but we got to get back to some semblance of getting out amongst society. We really do.
Let the man speak. Go on.
Well, the fact of the matter is these numbers are the lowest numbers in anything that's ever happened in the history of forever. And no one has ever shut down and fucked over the economy, stolen people's lives, taken away their fucking rights. Over 700 and dead people in 6 fucking months. And it's stupid. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to fucking hold back anymore. I'm tired of people being so fucking sensitive.
Okay.
Goddamn, take your life.
Scully, I hope you don't get fucking COVID-19 in a week and a half, buddy.
I don't even give a shit. I'd rather die than be afraid.
Todd looks like he's getting cabin fever. Crazy over there.
I'm out every day living my life. I don't even know what quarantine means. I don't wear a mask. What the fuck is that about?
Scully, how do you feel about the gunshots?
Man, I like the energy. It's great.
Scully, how do you feel about the gun shops being shut down? You look like you don't like that.
It doesn't matter because it all got bought out. Everyone who was against guns bought one too because they realized the government wasn't going to fucking protect them. I'm good, dude. I'm solid.
Hey guys, I want to kind of switch the topic to people that I feel, besides seniors and black folks who are dying of this.
Hispanics too, Latinos and Hispanics too.
Yeah, Latinos, Hispanic, people with underlying issues. I wanted to bring this point up. I know I have a friend whose daughter is 18, and this is the year she graduates.
Yeah, my niece.
My daughter.
Can you imagine how, as a teenager, any little thing that happens to you, that's your whole world, And she's supposed to graduate this year. She can't really walk. She has to graduate through, virtually graduate. She can't go to her prom next year because of the whole coronavirus. Can
I
you
agree.
imagine, Rosie, you're a girl. You not being able, you know, when you were 18 years old.
I'm 18. Got it.
What's that?
I'm 18. I'm okay. Let's go.
Okay. So, I mean, your prom, your graduation, that's something you remember for the rest of your life. These young people are being cheated of that experience because of the whole coronavirus. Can you imagine the world has been around for, you know, thousands and thousands of years, and then the year you graduate, Corona wants to hit.
That's right.
I would be so fucking pissed if I was a teenager.
You want something crazy? My niece as well. She was supposed to graduate this year, and she's not going to. She's not graduating. She's graduating, but she's not going to her prom. She's not going to her grad night. She's not doing none of that stuff, you know.
Right.
And that's something that she was looking forward to because, you know, I would tell her about it, and I would tell her like, you know, it's nice, it's cool, you're gonna have a good time, and it's like, fuck,
Just
man.
kidding.
It's like, no, just messing with you. It's like
Mother Nature decided to do what she did. Now.
It's not this virus is not from Mother Nature. It's from people who.
It's from bats. It's from Wuhan.
Oh, I know, but the market in China where they gather all these.
Where they kill baby kittens, and that makes me just so sad.
They gather all these animals and chop them up and kill them, and it basically spread diseaes, and that's how it got spread, and it jumped over from an animal to a human. So this is shit that this was.
You know, at the end of it, as a girl, would I be very sad about the fact that one, I can't go to prom? Yes, because prom is big. It's you get to pick a dress and you have a date, hopefully. Unlike me, I had two.
Ooh, prom was lit.
It
was. Think about all the young men who were supposed to lose their virginity this year at their prom. They're not gonna dick wet. I mean, you know, that's a tragedy. You know, these young men are gonna go into their 20s without, you know, fucking. And I'm telling you, it is so hard to get pussy these days. It is so hard to get.
You
pussy
said lose their virginity.
Yeah, they were supposed
to lose their virginity. Shit, my high school prom, we was doing some Caligula shit. We was past virginity. It was like, okay, we're gonna get you three over here. I'm gonna paint it.
That's because you're a savage, Casey. So think about this. Think about this. You know, these guys are, you know, they're not gonna lose their virginity this year. They're not gonna get pussy. And then I was gonna say this. It is so hard to get pussy these days with this for two reasons. Number one, nobody wants to be close to each other. Nobody, when you go out and you see a pretty young lady, you can't approach her because you got to do that social distancing thing. So you got to get some 6 pimping going on. And then number two, if you did have somebody that you were kicking it with pre-corona, they don't want to see you because they're scared they're gonna get, you know, coronavirus. And I try to tell them, the chances of you getting another virus is more apt than coronavirus if you're fucking with me, you know. I try to tell them.
And number three, you got to be able to get an erection, Delano.
Getting a little old for that, bro.
Rosie, why are you clapping? You want me to come in there and show you an erection?
Okay, so
I want to know.
Actually, I can show it to you from here. I can show it to you from here.
is that what you tripped on earlier?
Hey, 6 feet, 6 feet, social distancing.
He does
That,
that.
you know what? You made a comment about you know, not being able to go out and say hello to a nice-looking young lady. I think that's just a you problem because of your creepy nature.
Hey, listen. When it comes to me approaching a woman, I have so much confidence. I am not afraid. If I see someone I like, I don't care where you are. You could be in my fucking living room. I will come over there and I will talk to you. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I will come over there. You could be in my damn living room.
No, I am not jerking off.
I will
fuck that. I can't be comfortable jerking off out here.
Let me just say this. This is not a Delano question. This is an everyone else question. How do you feel about complimenting a woman's child while trying to pick up? You're out at the store. Let's say you're out at the store and you see a woman and she's got a beautiful child.
Want to rear your child?
And you go up to her and instead of saying, you know, ma'am, you look really nice today, you go, you have a beautiful child. How do you think that woman's going to react?
Anybody we know?
No,
What
no,
the
no.
fuck?
I'm just throwing this out there. I just, you know what? For fuck's sake.
So wait a minute.
Somebody come up to me, tell me that I had a beautiful child, and all I could think was pedophile.
Okay, first of all, let me say this. This child was about 2 years old. This lady
It's still a child.
You said your point. This child was 2 years old. This lady had her child in the cart, and she's talking to her child. I go up to her and I said to her, "That's a beautiful baby you have right there." Rosie automatically says, "Oh my God, you're a pedophile. Oh my God, you're a pedophile."
Wait a
So
minute.
any chances of me hitting on this woman are out the door because somebody else just called me out as a pedophile because I complimented a woman's child. That happens all the time.
I call you a pedophile.
When my little girl was 2 years old, people complimented her all the time. That didn't mean they wanted to fuck her.
Was it females?
Yes.
Interesting. It's okay for let me tell you, nobody is afraid of a woman. Nobody is afraid of a woman, but if a man comes up and says, "Oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful baby," I'm gonna be like, "Thanks."
I had men compliment my daughter.
Especially my 2-year-old. My 2-year-old.
What's going on right now?
I don't know. She Rosie must have been molested at 2 years old or something. I don't know, man.
It should have happened to her at the store.
It happened to me at the store. I had somebody come and approach me and say my 5-year-old was gorgeous, and I was like, "Dude, for real? Like, no." And then he tried to say hello to me, and that just made it awkward.
Well, I was on the other side.
Well, he was on the other side.
Oh wow.
Awkward. Quite awkward.
I would say it's
This
totally
nigga's trying to mess with a girl, and he
Thank
go
you.
up to her and compliment the baby.
no.
Why do you compliment a girl's baby?
Don't. Just don't.
That's just weird. Nigga, I'm trying to get in them ad. What am I talking about the
I
kids
just-
for? I'm not even
I
gonna
thought
talk
it was
about-
weird. I thought it was weird. It threw me off a little bit, and let me tell you, it didn't make me think he was attractive. I wasn't like, "Oh, he's into kids."
Girl, you are right, girl. You are right, girl. That is some creepy shit right there.
Here's my advice. If that ever happens to you or any of your friends out there, just tell them to respond with "Thank you." It looks like its father.
Thank you.
You have to understand, Delano is from Arkansas.
Oh,
Think the same way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, me being from Arkansas is if I came up to you and I complimented your sister. Okay. Not your sister, but me.
That's funny as hell.
Good point, and that's absolutely acceptable.
yes. I believe I was reading up on those laws, and that's okay.
Well,
I understand how you feel.
When it comes to me macking or talking to women, nobody can ever criticize my game.
I can.
Macking.
You know what though? But in all fairness,
You said macking?
Hey, you know what? Look, I'm gonna give Delano props. All jokes aside, this motherfucker right here does have the balls to approach a beautiful woman as opposed to other motherfuckers that would not approach. And he has the balls to do it. I'm gonna give him a compliment because I've seen him in action, and he's gotten numbers. So,
Of course, you're gonna go and compliment your boyfriend.
He's got words.
I'm
He can talk to
said
them.
it, buddy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's
Everyone's like, right.
What, Texas?
I'm just saying, you like have a gift, like to go up to a woman and just talk to her, like, and smoothly.
Oh my God.
hey, no, I'll bullshit. Hey, world, I'll bullshit aside, man. I kid you not, gentlemen.
World.
This motherfucker right here has gone up to like motherfuckers have approached these women and they do not get their number. This motherfucker comes along and he does, I don't know what the fuck he says to them, but he gets their number. I have applauded this.
He hands them $20 and says, "Give me your number and just pretend like you're really
So for real, no, our jokes aside, like seriously, I've seen this homie in action, and I kid you not, this motherfucker.
I can tell you how it's done.
Cheers.
I've done this in the past. I know exactly how it works. You walk up and you say, "Hey, I'll buy you a drink. Just give me a number, any number. It doesn't have to be yours. Just make some shit."
Give me your daddy's number, your boyfriend's number. I don't give a shit whose number it is. Yes. No, you know what? All jokes aside, yes, Delano has his Metro swag thing going that is very, very acceptable. And let me tell you, most girls would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so clean. How much do you pay your maid a week?" Kind of thing. And I like it. I like it.
Rosie,
Oh, that's so nice. Delano.
Nice as I can get. It hurt right here.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I appreciate that.
About it, nicest thing I'm going to say all night.
I can tell you what though, you guys cleaned up that whole Delano pedophile thing up real nice. You just cleaned that up.
Yeah.
He just wants to rear the child. It's fine.
Okay.
That's fucked up because he's not a pedophile.
He's not. He really is not.
He looks like one, but he's not.
He means well. He may be creepy, but he means well.
He does.
I'm just listening. I am
He
just
has
listening.
very big hearts.
I'm
Yeah,
aware.
he has a big heart.
I've
Big
seen,
thing in-
I've
the
seen,
It's the biggest thing in the room.
I agree with what you're saying about Delano. I've been with him and quite a few times. We
Have you?
breakfast and lunch, and Delano does have a way of approaching people. He's pretty good at it.
Oh yeah, Tommy, you've seen me in action, buddy.
I have.
Yep. Guys, I appreciate. I've been called everything from pedophile to a pimp to Metro to the N-word.
That's
waiting on-
Waiting on R. Kelly.
I have
From
to admit,
pedophile, from pimp to pedophile.
I'll give you a compliment, Delano. When I first met you, I thought, man, this person's pretty good looking, and then I realized you were a man.
That's messed up.
Sorry, Bo.
Hey,
That's
guys,
how he said person. He did say person.
hey guys, I appreciate you guys, your compliments about my personal life and my pimping and stuff like that. But let's get back on topic here. What I was discussing was people. I was going to ask, who are the people you feel the most bad for with all this Corona stuff going on? We talked about, besides seniors and besides people with underlying issues, and we talked about the kids who are supposed to graduate this year. Who are some other people that you feel bad for? Go ahead, Scully.
Everyone that's affected by the businesses that were shut down because they're non-essential, because most of those people are the lower income. And those are the people that the government of our state say that they protect the most, and they obviously don't.
Need a haircut. I need a haircut, as you can see.
That's
You don't know how to cut their own hair?
Hey, like I told you guys, man, I've been saying this all, since we started this quarantine stuff. I want to give a shout out to all the people that are, in supermarkets and stuff like that. And, thank you guys very much, much appreciated. It's just, it's scary to be out as a person of, going out shopping and stuff. It's scary for us to go shopping just for like a couple of hours, maybe an hour. Now the people that work or are out there working in this environment where there's a lot of people that they come in contact with, that's kind of scary. That'd be scary for them. Because I've seen, the people that were the cashiers that were taking our stuff, they look scared. Now they have all these they have like shields and stuff like that are pretty much up and stuff, so you won't be communicating with them. But
Plexiglass.
for the plexiglass, like right there and stuff, but it's still like it's a very eerie new norm, if you wanna call it. You know what I'm saying? I guess we're not used to it, but it's just sad all around, man. Like once they find some kind of antidote for this shit, hopefully they find it.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna run out like there's no tomorrow. We already have the fucking baseball world, the baseball, basketball, everything has been canceled for the entire year. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Hey, V, you know who I feel bad for the most, are besides the people we mentioned already, and Scully, you brought something, a group of people, Vato V, the people you brought up were good, but the undocumented workers, people who can't receive any type of government services right now because of this coronavirus, and they depended on taking care of their families and themselves, paycheck to paycheck, whether it's under the table or whatever. They cannot apply for unemployment. They cannot apply for any of these services, even though today Governor Newsom just passed a $175 packet to help these people. But, where can they go to get money? Where can they go to survive? They have to be, super stressed right now. I feel bad for those people.
They're not gonna apply, man. Some of them might apply, but they're not gonna apply because they're scared to apply, because they think that this is like some kind of setup. Now you got my name out there, and it's like, fuck, like, they're not gonna do it, man. Like, as a Mexican, they're gonna do it, and it sucks because our people, there's people out there that really need this, you know what I mean? And they're out, and believe it or not, I've seen a lot of people out there hustling. They're selling masks. Now they're selling masks, and they're still out there with their mask on, still selling stuff. So it's like,
They're selling masks or ass.
Yes.
Man, both.
Hey, V, you just brought up a good point, man. One thing I love about your people, Hispanic, Mexicans, Salvadorians, people of that persuasion, they work their asses off. They're hustlers, bro. No matter what's going on, they are going to survive. They're going to make shit happen. And, dude, I got your girl in my home. It's about to go down, man.
Okay.
Excuse me 1 second. No, it's I'll be there in a second, Rosie. Just go ahead and make yourself comfortable. But I mean, yeah, they know how to work their asses off. They're gonna hustle, they're gonna survive. That's the thing, that's their spirit that they have. And I admire that. I will say I admire that about Hispanic folks.
I agree.
Casey, wear the mask.
Hey, did you ever think a black man would be able to dress like that and not get killed and be able to just order extra cheese for his nachos? I don't know.
Walk into Chase Bank and say, I want to withdraw some money.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, now.
That's right. That's right. Hey, so anything else? Any last words, guys? We're a little over time here. Any last words you want to put in?
I pulled up your numbers when you guys said we're not sure about the flu. I pulled up the CDC. It says even this season, their average between October and March every year, the approximate people are 29,000 to 59,000 people.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's crazy.
But you don't hear during flu season, you don't hear that a doctor or a nurse or a sheriff died. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the difference.
That's my numbers, though. That's insane. 29,000 to 59,000.
Well, Scully, when we get the correct antidote for it, and we can give people the shot for it, it'll become another thing about flu season. You better be smart and get the shot that hopefully don't try to write it out without being protected against the virus, whatever that virus is.
In 1918, when the flu pandemic hit, you were in your 40s. Were you nervous?
I was having sex with myself at that time.
Madness.
You knew I was going to throw a 1918 joke at you, buddy. All right. Any last words? KC, Tech C, Bato V, Rosie.
Hey, a listener said that the people graduating this year are 9/11 babies. Somebody said that.
No.
Hey, that's true. That's very, very, you know what? That is very, very true.
That's crazy, huh? Bridget Lopez.
I'm going to put a tinfoil hat on it.
Wow, that's true. Wow, so they were born in 9/11 and are graduating during this pandemic. That is crazy.
Very, very true. That is.
Who made that point? Who made that point? They deserve a T-shirt.
Bridget Lopez Thompson. She said that. That's.
Oh, they're already in.
Boy, Marshawn, I played football with him. Marshawn, I played football with him.
Hey, Marshawn, dude, you're going to get a T-shirt. That was probably the most profound thing said in the past 2 weeks in this show. That's crazy. That is so interesting. These people.
That means they've already lived through some crazy shit in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, KC, do you have his contact information?
Yeah, man, I got him.
Let's get him a T-shirt. Let's get him a T-shirt. Okay, so guys, Bato V, Rosie, any last thing? KC, before we end this.
Hey, just you know what, you guys just keep your distance, stay with family. You know what I mean? Just be safe. I don't know what this one goes. Anyway.
KC, what you got to say, buddy?
Just be careful around motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Touche.
If anybody speaks Hennessy, can you please translate what KC just said? Hey, so guys, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Let's please thank our special guest, Mr. Tom Katsis. He's also an actor here in Los Angeles. Tommy, you want to tell me anything you got coming up during the coronavirus?
No, just real blessed to be getting a lot of things. Getting my demo reel redone, and I'll give you a copy of that in another month or so at Delano, and you'll see what I'm up to.
Tommy, tell me. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to have you back on. Trust me, you're one of our favorite guests.
You're back in the studio.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, guys.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're trying to get back in the studio, of course, when this whole thing slows down. And let's also thank our other special guest, Vato V's girlfriend, Miss Rosie the Riveter.
Wow, Scully, not even an applause from you. That hurts.
I was trying to see how everyone else was going to react here.
It's okay, Scully. You're one of my favorites, and I'm just like, oh, no, okay. I feel it. I
Well,
get it.
You're one of my favorites, but I don't want to get emotional in front of the guys.
No. You know what?
I get emotional. I get emotional for you.
All right, so that is it from Tom from XC. What's going on?
Did someone just say Ross Perot?
You doing something over there? You fucking this up, Tech C?
No.
Okay, from Tech C, KC, Vato V, Rosie, Scully, and your boy D, and Tom Katsis. That is our show, folks. Remember, folks, before we end this thing, Vato V, this is Day. You don't have anything for us today, buddy?
Sir, I fuck.
That's true. That's true.
For quarantine.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Folks,
We're
that
both
is
in a
our
much better
show.
mood.
Socks and
That is our
sandals.
show.
Socks and sandals.
It's
Socks
All
and
right,
sandals.
enough of you two. This is our show, folks. Remember, in life, you're good. But with our help, you could be
best.
best. That's right, folks. We'll see you next week on the
Vámonos.
Mentality Show.
Cheers,
Peace.
fuckers.
All right, vatos. You guys be
Oh, you
safe.
got money.
Run me my money.
You got a stimulus check.